Hello, and welcome to Travel Babble with Basha. I am Basha, your hostess today as we navigate the bus system on Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands. I was traveling with a friend on a cruise and we made a stop in Grand Cayman. We did a shore excursion that was outside of the cruise line, so we needed to find a way to get there. My friend had done some research and we thought, let's be adventuresome, let's try the bus system. Just to let you know, it is very easy. You too can do this. We got off the cruise ship and we had looked, it was only a few blocks walk. There was a kind of like a parking lot for the buses and we got a little misdirected. We never get lost. We got misdirected on our way there. But there was a local man who was sitting out just enjoying his morning, and he got up and he walked us the rest of the way there. Very nice. He didn't want anything. He just was walking us there. And I want to send a shout out to him and say thank you. Once we got there, they asked us where we were going. They told us which zone that was. I believe we were going to zone 2. Told us the cost and told us which bus to get on. As I said, this was a parking lot, so this was like the end and the beginning of their trips for these buses. Now, when I say bus, depending on what you are used to, it's more like a 12 to 15 passenger van, if you know what those are. It's not the full big buses that you may be used to. We got on the bus, we took our seat, and we sat there and waited for the bus to fill up. It didn't take very long because there were other cruise ship passengers coming off that wanted to take the bus system, and there were other people from the little town there that wanted to take the bus system. After a few minutes, we took off. We had told the bus driver where we wanted to go. He was familiar with the area. He told us when we got there, he would let us know when to get off, that, we would be fine. He would watch out for us. So that was really nice of him. The cost per person was about $2.50 in US dollars. There was some confusion at first when we were doing the conversion rates, but that's what it was. Now, if you're going to a different zone or a different area, it may be a little bit different. But nothing seemed to be that outrageous for the cost. I thought it was perfectly reasonable. Keep in mind, you are on island time. As I said, we waited for the bus to fill up. It didn't take very long. But then on the way, our bus driver decided he needed to stop at the gas station. So we just sat on the bus and waited. He stopped at the gas station. He actually went in. He got himself a drink or something. He came back out. No big deal. But if you're in a rush, this is not the way to go. But if you leave yourself extra time, you're on island time. Enjoy it. We then went on down the road. When we did get to our stop, he stopped. He told us it was time to get off, and we got off. No problems whatsoever getting there. We did our excursion. He had told us how to get to the area, the location that we needed from there, and to cross the road and be careful. The only issue we had was when we come back, and it wasn't a big issue, but it required patience. When we came back out after our excursion and went to get on the bus, the people at the shop we were at had told us, you can go down, just stand by the road, and when you see the buses, just wave at them. And we did that. And we saw a lot of buses coming through. Again, they were more like the vans, but they would have the word or something on them that labeled them as a bus. And you need to make sure that it's the public bus. There are some local ones or some chartered ones. Those are not the ones you're looking for. So you're looking for the locals. You'll notice them when you see them. But we stood there and we would wave. And they would toot their horn and wave back and keep going. And we thought, what are we doing wrong? We weren't doing anything wrong. These buses pick up, as I said, they have about 12 to 15 passengers. And when they're full, they don't stop. They toot their horn and wave at you to say, hey, yeah, we see you, but we're full. And they keep going. We stood there for quite a while because the buses do go by quite frequently. Our problem was further down the line, who would get on before us, was one of the major beaches on Grand Cayman. And was the time that we were trying to catch the bus back was the time a lot of people were leaving the bus. Therefore, it was a little harder to get a bus. They were full by the time they got to us. We took off walking. We figured, if nothing else, we'll get a little closer. If we're going to have to walk back, we could do it. We were both perfectly healthy. We could walk back if we needed to. We'd prefer to ride the bus because it was going to be about a 45-minute walk. But when we walked, every time we would keep watching for a bus. We'd watch behind us. And if we saw one, we'd wave, and they would very nicely wave and toot their horn back, and we'd say, yeah, okay, have fun. Eventually, we got to a bus stop, because you don't have to be at a bus stop. You can wave the bus down anywhere. But we got at a bus stop, and we stopped for a little while because we wanted to get in the shade. We were a little hot and sweaty. And the next bus that came by, we were able to get on it. Now, we couldn't sit together, fine. We got in our seats. We were able to talk to the people around us, get to know people. You became like a little family on that bus for just a few minutes. It was really kind of nice, and a nice way to experience the local culture. There were people that were getting on and off. We then got to enjoy being the people who waved while the bus tooted to say, oh, no, can't pick you up, because we were on the bus. We did stop. It was crowded. Every seat was full. We had one person who was actually sitting on a hump of a wheel well or something, and we would pull off, somebody get off, and immediately somebody else would get on. It was that time of day when the buses were full. We rode it all the way back to the bus yard. No problems. We got off there, and that was the end of the ride. Everybody got off. You paid. Money would go up and back. Everybody was very honest. They would pay the driver as they were getting off, and they would just pass it up. If it was somebody behind you who handed you money, you just passed it up. No big deal. And again, for us, it was $2.50 US dollars to go back. So the round trip for each of us was $5. I didn't think that was too unreasonable for the experience and for getting there. A taxi would have cost us a lot more. When we got off, we were able to walk around the shops on the way back to the ship, but it was a great experience. So if you're worried in Grand Cayman about taking the bus system or how to get somewhere, if you're a little leery, yes, there are taxis, there are other ways to get around, but why not try the local public bus system? It's an experience in its own, and for me, sometimes I'm a little leery, especially if I'm traveling by myself, but I love to try local experiences. I love to get off the beaten path, do what other people are not doing, mix with the locals, find out a little bit more. If you like this video and you think you could do this, please like my video, subscribe to my channel. Now, go pack your bags and head out to Grand Cayman and try out their local bus system.